Is I'm going to demonstrate for you an example of a flow rope workout that you can do that combines a whole bunch of different patterns that all stem from the underhand figure of 8 pattern. So these are all underhand patterns. The prerequisites are essentially the underhand figure of 8, the overhead underhand figure of 8, the dragon roll, the bowler, the golfer, the cheetah tail, including its transitions in and out, the top spin, and finally the alternating underhand sneak. So follow along. We're going to start with just your basic underhand figure of 8. I'm just warming up and I'm letting my whole body shift, getting into the pattern of it, just relaxing, opening up my spine. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to start moving that up overhead. So the pattern is exactly the same, but it's overhead. I'm driving my elbows up. I'm opening up my rib cage, getting that nice rotation in. None of this is rushed. Big overhead figure of 8 pattern. And then after a little bit of that, we're going to transition into the dragon roll. So you can practice that transition if you don't have that yet. It's a pretty natural one once you learn how to do it. Just into this dragon roll. Got my chest up. Just relaxing my hands, letting my torso rotate. The dragon roll is such a feel-good, relaxing kind of swing. And after we do that for a bit, we're going to transition back into the underhand figure of 8. From here, we're going to do alternating bowlers. So do a bowler, and it's like every third rotation. You just get your elbow up behind your head. And again, this one is opening up rib cage, promoting rotation. Feels really good. And after we do a couple of those, transition back into irregular underhand. And now we're going to go into alternating golfers. So if you remember, the golfer starts on one side and it comes up. And swing it down. We have good rotation on this one. And then when you're ready, back into this underhand figure of 8. And now we're going to be transitioning in and out of cheetah tail. I taught you how to do that in another one of these videos. But basically, transition into cheetah tail and then out. And if we sort of go like every 5 swings or so, whoops, every 5 swings, it doesn't really matter. I don't think we need to count or get too, what's the word? You don't have to get too specific about it. Just sort of whenever you're ready, transition into cheetah tail. And then whenever you're ready, transition out. And I like to do it sort of on the odd swings so that I practice getting in and out on both sides. The movement is the same, but the coordination can be different depending on the side. So do that a couple more times. I like the cheetah tail. The timing on this one is like wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Let's do one more of those. Nice. All right, so now we're back in our underhand figure of 8, and we're going to go into the top spin. So remember, the top swing looks just like this. We're just staying on one side for now. And after we do a couple of these, we'll switch to the other side. So remember, it's outside, around, inside, outside, round, inside. You can play around with this. Like I like this one for just opening up the chest. If we switch to the other side, outside, over, inside, outside, over, inside. I get a nice stretch through my chest when I do this one. Rotate, shift your weight. If we come back into our underhand figure of 8, and now we can transition into the alternating sneak, assuming you have this one. Again, it's the opening up in the rotation piece that I like most about, especially these overhead swings. So there you go. There's an easy way for like in a couple of minutes that you can practice all of those underhand swing patterns that you learned, put them all together, and literally in a couple minutes be like, oh, I feel all awake and open up, ready to start my day.